Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I haven't filmed in forever. I'm super excited today. First things first, my hair is looking really crazy. She hasn't gotten maintenance in a while and I'm actually about to go get her taken care of. After I film these videos, I'm super excited because I haven't filmed in a while. I haven't filmed in a couple of days because I've just been so busy with finals. But now that those are over, I'm like really excited to be back. Okay, so you dislike your current life right now. It's not something you want for yourself, but you don't know how to change. The first step is awareness. And I think that sometimes we can get so comfortable in the routine of every day that you don't even realize you're unhappy until you actually kind of like sit with yourself and you're like, there is something wrong here. Like, start rethinking every decision you made in life up until this point to see like, wow, how did I get here and I don't like being here? Change is not easy. Change is super scary and change is just honestly very hard. That's why a lot of people love to stay comfortable because it is one of the scariest things you can do. But I want everyone to know that just because it's the easiest thing you can do does not mean it's always the best for yourself. I want you to remember you have one life. One life. You can see that as a curse or a blessing. Honestly, I see it as a blessing because I know that once I'm done, I'm done. Like, I am not coming back. But I also see it as a blessing because life doesn't really mean much in the way of like what you have now, the time you have now, you got to do what you can with that time. And if you're unhappy in your current circumstances, nothing is going to change unless you do something with that time. It's never too late. There are people who are making it in their 30s, in their 40s, any age. The average age of a millionaire is 57 years old. It is not too late. I know that a lot of times we feel behind because social media pushes this sort of, thing where you have to be having freaking 7 supercars at 19 or something. It's okay to change. Change is scary, but staying the same is literally scarier. Think of like one thing that you want to change. Like, you clicked on this video obviously because you want to change something. Now it could be a job, it could be your relationship, it could be the people you're surrounding yourself with, it could be yourself. You could just not like yourself and you want to change yourself, right? Every day there's an intention. Every day you do something and every choice you make is intentional. I think you really have to start sitting with that. And if you want your life to keep going the same way, you can keep hanging out with the same people, you can stay in the same relationship, keep the same toxic patterns you have. You have one life and you're going to be miserable in it because you don't want to change and you want to stay comfortable, which is totally okay. But this video might not be for you then, because if you don't want it, I truly can't convince you. All right, so you want to change. The first step to changing is awareness, which you already have. The second step is detaching from your current life. Now, if you have the privilege to, I would really just detach from everything in your current life and focus on yourself. This also has a little bit to do with manifestation, but I'm gonna have like a woo-woo spiritual sort of way of putting it, and then I'm gonna have a logistical way of putting it. Number one, if you detach from the life that you're currently living now and you start thinking of the life that you want to live in, it's all gonna come in two ways. And I really want to do a lot of more manifestation videos, but for this video I don't want to get too into it just because I could go on for hours and I know that's like a whole other topic. But I will have some manifestation videos coming in soon. If you realize that the life you're living currently does not align with you and your soul's purpose, detach from it. If you feel like you're just around a lot of negativity, detach from the people and the media you're consuming every day that's negative and replace it with positive, or just don't have any media at all. Sometimes I ground myself from TikTok or my phone or hanging out with people because I feel like I constantly go towards negative stuff, and if I can't handle it, then I'm banned from it. I literally banned myself from this type of stuff if I know it's not beneficial for me. When you detach from this lifestyle and start picturing, start visualizing, as you can see here in my vision board, you can start visualizing the life that you want. Detach so that you can spend more time focusing on yourself. Once you detach from your current life, you can start putting your actual energy and passion into the life that you want to create for yourself and the life that you want for yourself. I feel like a lot of the times we create a lot of excuses for ourselves. Sometimes we're like, oh, well, I just worked and I don't have time because I have to come home and do this and that. A lot of us have the privilege of time. The average human scrolls 5 to 8 hours on our phones every day. You know what you could be doing with those 5 to 8 hours? Literally anything. Anything else that interests you, you can literally do. I hear a lot of people say like, oh, well, I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to da 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 da. You do have time and you just don't want to do it. You're just making excuses. It's way easier to make an excuse. But at the end of the day, like I said, the best things for yourself are not the easiest. So yes, you will have to put a lot of your energy and time into something that is annoying. I have like super bad ADHD, so I struggle with this sometimes because I don't even want to start anything. But the worst thing you can do to yourself is see other people live your dream while you have the capabilities and the privilege to also make that a reality for yourself. You don't want that. If your goal, let's say, is to lose 20 pounds, you have to detach from your old identity and your old habits of what got you to be the weight that you are now, the current weight. Meaning, if you are eating a lot of fast food, not staying active, maybe you're drinking a lot, that is the old identity. That's the old you. So you need to detach from that. Detach from your old identity and start planning and envisioning your new identity. Now, you can do things like my vision board up here. I love to visualize and journal. Those are my favorite things to do and the things I recommend the most. But once you are aware visually or in your head, once you start to create a version of yourself, it's hard not to see that version. Like when I think of myself rich in Miami on a yacht, like that's all I want, because it's hard not to see the life I could have. Because I know, I visualized it in my brain, and then now I just need to wait for the physical to catch up. And honestly, I'm not promoting like isolating yourself in harmful ways, but when I'm gonna say isolate yourself or detach yourself from others, but in ways that benefit you. A lot of the times we surround ourselves, or at least in my experiences, a lot of people can be negative. And think of your friendships and think of the things you guys talk about. Are you guys mostly talking about hate, talking bad about others, gossiping, talking about, things that you can't have? Or are you talking about your future goals, your aspirations, or not even that, just positive stuff, like things that you're doing in life that are making you happy, or things that, that are good? Are you are you constantly talking about bad things? Because those friendships are draining, and they could seem fun in the moment, but in the long run, you're constantly conditioning your brain to look for negative. You're constantly conditioning your brain to just stay in that loop of negativity and talking bad about others and gossiping. And once you surround yourself with people who, you're talking about, your wins, and you're talking about your goals and your aspirations, that's all you're going to be thinking about. That's all you're going to be running on, It's really who you surround yourself with. Granted, yeah, let's say sometimes like family, I know family can be negative, but if you don't have to be around those people, work, I don't talk to anyone at work, because every time I do, they complain about the job. They talk about how they hate working there. And while yes, when I love people, I love to hear them complain, but I'm sorry, I do not want to hear every single day how you constantly hate your job. Once in a while, yes, obviously, we all have moments where we need to rant, but I do not want to hear about how you hate this job and you've been here for 3 years. I don't want to be around that. I don't care. I really don't care. And people are not going to care if you do that. So you don't want to be that person either. I honestly, just stop complaining. Stop giving, your bad life your energy. Stop giving things in life that are pissing you off your energy. Like I said, yes, ranting is good, but honestly, just stop giving all that negative shit energy. Just stop it. Cut it out. Stop. Because it's creating a cycle, it's creating a loop, and that is how you're staying in that old identity. You're not changing. Okay, and now you're detached from your old identity. Now it's start to envision goals and plan for yourself. Like I said, I love to do vision boards, journaling, all that type of stuff. Once you know what direction you want to go to, go for it. Do anything that you can. Once you know what you want to do, go for it. Start immediately. Like I said, everyone's on their phone 5 to 8 hours a day. Make those 5 to 8 hours count towards something you're passionate about. So if you're trying to lose weight, use 2 of those 5 hours at the gym. Simple as that. Another hour to cook, 3 hours. Either way, things are gonna pass, The time will pass, and you gotta start somewhere. Even if you don't really have a plan and you're just kind of like, I don't like my life right now, find something, anything that's going to make your life better. I was talking to someone I care about the other day, and we were talking about how they felt like they didn't really know what they wanted to do, but they knew they didn't like what they were doing now. And I told them, doesn't really matter, just pick up something, pick up a certification, apply to jobs that you don't even care about, that are making more money or that are, doing more things like that. Because at the end of the day, even if it's something small, you're you're switching it up, and those days are going to pass, those years are going to pass. And if you don't change something, you're just going to stay stuck. Because you might never know what you want to do. I know people who are still in their 30s telling me they don't know what they want to do. They might look more successful than others because they just did something that, made them more money, or, you might not know where you want to go, but just start. Just switch up something. Switch it up. If you're not happy in your job, move to another job. Even if it's something you're not super, maybe it could be something you're more passionate about, but let's say it's just something that makes you more money. You never know where those doors or connections will take you. So just switch it up. If you have the privilege, just switch it up. I think that's really important, because I think that we can complain a lot about where we are, but we're not really doing anything to actively get ourselves out of those situations. So I would just say, just stay active. Do something that's actively switching it up or gearing towards what you want to do. You really want to spend a lot of time with yourself. Spiritually, you want to grow your intuition, because you'll start to gravitate towards what is meant for you. And then logically, you want to spend more time with yourself to just get to know yourself. Because once you spend more time with yourself, you start to learn yourself, and you will start to learn where you want to go. And I would just say, honestly, focus on yourself. This is a period when you realize that you want change in your life. I think a very important step, and this should be one of your first steps, is to just focus solely on you. If you have the privilege, obviously, if you have kids or something, you gotta focus on those kids, but focus solely on you. But I always tell myself that, honestly, if I care about myself and I start loving myself, I'm gonna allow good relationships, or people that, when you drink a fresh, nice ice cold glass of water, friendships that make you feel like that. When you hang around them, you're honestly doing you a favor, because you're refueling yourself. But if there's a lot of negativity, honestly, don't be shy to kind of push back or detach from those people, just for at least the period of your transformation, because you're really gonna learn how to be yourself, and you're gonna learn the things that you like and the things that might piss you off, and you're really gonna start to find who you are. If you don't know what you want, spending a lot of time with yourself, you start to realize things about yourself, and you realize your little quirks and the things you're good at and the things you're bad at, and it's really helpful towards gearing you towards what you want to be or do with your life, or where you want to change, in those areas you want to, fix or take another look at. I think it's like a really big part of self-reflection. And then, like I said, spiritually, grow your intuition while doing that. Spend more time with yourself to gain more, stay more grounded and learn your soul more. At the end of the day, like I said, you never want to be that person. Like, my biggest fear and your biggest fear should be watching other people live the life of your dreams, because if you can think it and you can imagine it, there's a possibility of it out there. If you already created it in your head, then it didn't just come out of nowhere. I liked this quote I heard. It was like, ideas are manifestations, or like that want to come into the physical. So if you have an idea to start a business, it wants to come out into the physical, so act on it. And yeah, guys, that's all I have today for this video. I really hope this helped or motivated you, because I think change is really hard and change is really scary. As humans, we're really conditioned to not change, and we're really conditioned to stay comfortable. And comfortability can be good for some people, but it creates sometimes unhappiness. And you deserve your dream life. You deserve to be happy in everything you do. You really deserve that. I want you to know you deserve that. So I really hope you're motivated to do the best you can. As you can see, the sun has been going down as I was talking, but I love you guys so much. Have a blessed, beautiful, wonderful day, and bye.